I'm Liv, welcome back to my channel Endless Pages, and today's video is going to be another book haul. I'm not even going to make a comment about my book buying habits this time. I think if you've watched my videos before, you know I have an addiction and it's a problem and it's starting to reflect in my bank account. But we're just going to ignore that today and talk about all these lovely books that I've got recently. Also, if you have watched my videos before or go on my channel and see that my last book haul was not that long ago, you're going to ignore that and not make comment on it because I already feel guilty enough. First up, I got these lovely editions of the Chronicles of Narnia series by C.S. Lewis. They are the full colour collector's editions and they've got these lovely like old school looking illustrations on the cover, and they do have like illustrations, I can't find one to show you now, illustrations throughout the book as well. I have never read the Narnia series before. I was a massive fan of the movies when I was younger, still am, I still watch them, so I know that it's a story that I do love and a world that I love, and I thought, you know, why not actually read them for the first time? So I couldn't help myself but get these lovely editions because I don't really have any books with I don't really have a lot of older books with these kind of art style. So I thought they were absolutely gorgeous and like nice and small and compact. Yeah, I'm so happy. These covers are like absolutely stunning. Yeah, I'm excited to finally get into the world of Narnia and see what the difference is between the movies and the books. I also didn't realise that the first book is not The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, that it's the second book, and the first book is The Magician's Nephew. So am I meant to read it in publication order, read The Magician's Nephew first, or should I start with The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe? I don't know, let me know if you've read the series. Do I just read it in publication order? Will it make a huge difference? Please let me know because I don't really know. Next up, I got book 1 in the Infernal Devices series, The Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. I have read this series before. I just don't own my own copies. I have a collector's edition of this book, but I wanted the paper so I could have the paperback so I could have all 3 of the series together. I am making it one of my goals this year to reread the Cassandra Clare that I have read, so this, and catch up to the world and start being actually up to date with the world because I'm very far behind. So I finally got my hands on this so I can start my catch up. Next up, I got Battle Royale, excuse my pronunciation, by Kushin Takayama. I'm so excited that I finally have my hands on this book. I would say it's been on my TBR for like 5 years. I discovered it on Goodreads, I think. So this is a book originally written in Japanese and it's been translated into English in the past, but I think they've released this new cover. Also, the cover, so cool. They've released this new cover because there's been a retranslation, according to this book, a new translation by someone else. This is kind of described as sort of that same kind of vibe as the Hunger Games. People say if you love the Hunger Games, it's kind of the original Hunger Games. I think this came out in like 99, so much older than the Hunger Games. Same kind of premise. In a group of junior high schoolers are sent to this deserted island and they're given weapons and they're told basically to kill each other off and the last standing person survives. So it's a kind of a thriller. And I'm so excited. I saw this, it was like the staff pick, I think, because it was a new book and the new cover and translation in Harry Harthog, and I was like, it's a sign. I'm meant to pick this up and buy it right now. It's a really chunky book though. I didn't realize it was 600 pages. I don't know, it looks chunkier than 600. Anyway, I am so excited to read this book, and I think I will definitely be putting it on my April TBR because I have to. I'm so excited to read it. And the cover is so cool and yay. Then I got Thunderhead by Neil Schusterman. This is the sequel to the book Scythe and part of the Scythe trilogy. So I read Scythe a couple of years ago. Really enjoyed it. Thought the premise was really interesting. Basically set in this kind of futuristic world where there's no sickness, no death, no disease, no pandemics. And there's these people called Scythes and they are the only people that can take lives, and their job is to basically take lives in order to keep the population level controlled, so there's not overpopulation and stuff. So I really enjoyed that book. I thought it was really good, and I did a video, gosh, a couple of weeks ago, I can't even remember, talking about series that I've started that I need to finish, and I'll put it up the top somewhere, and this Skype was one of the series that I talk about in that video. So because of that, I was like, nope, we're actually going to purchase this book, so I have it sitting ready, so I don't have an excuse not to continue on with this trilogy. And it's only a trilogy, it's not like it's a 7-book series, like I got time to read this. The next purchase was an incredibly naughty purchase, and I shouldn't have done it because it was a bit of money. But, oh well, I'm so happy, they're gorgeous. So I got the first 3, not the first 3, all 3 of the graphic novel box set, The Steel Prince by Ve Schwab. And these are stunning. I'm too scared to take out the plastic until I read it. But on the back, I don't know if you can see, they're like the covers there. They're so cool. And like it's got exclusive little art cards as well. Oh, so good. This is a prequel to the book series. I don't know if I've got it in reach. Yes, I do. The Shades of Magic series by Ve Schwab. This is set a bit before, and it's about the king from this series. I didn't explain that well. But yeah, it's about him being a prince, and he's banished from court by his father and exiled from his beloved Red London to the violent lawless port, the city of Eros, and on the Blood Coast. He must learn what it takes to be the future king and earn the title of the Steel Prince. Put in charge of an unruly garrison of men, he is forced to defend his father's kingdom from the threat of the pirate queen and the rebel army. He must survive the trials of the Knight of Knives, a magical annual tournament that no one has ever survived. So it sounds really fun, and I do love the Shades of Magic series. I haven't finished it, of course. Surprise, surprise. So I'm excited when I finally do finish the final book in that series that I can read these. The art looks absolutely stunning, and it's Ve Schwab, so you know it's going to be great. Next up, I got this cute as a collector's edition of the first volume of Fruits Basket by Nasuki Takayama. I literally didn't mean to get a collector's edition, I just wanted an edition of the first volume, but this was the only one that I had, and the bookseller just kind of handed it to me, and I was like, okay, I'll grab it, it's pretty. I haven't watched all of the anime of this, but I've watched a little bit of it. I definitely haven't watched the latest season that came out last year, I think. I'm not usually one to read this kind of genre. When I watch anime, I usually watch action or like psychological thriller. But I watch a lot of dark and like true crime and gangs and, you know, all of that dark kind of stuff. So sometimes I do need super wholesome stuff, especially after I watch something scary. I need something nice to watch. And this show just, it makes you feel so warm and so happy. And it's got, our main character, Toru, is the most kind-hearted, generous, like optimistic person that reading these books make you feel so warm and fuzzy inside and so sweet. So I thought I would read the manga before I started watching the anime again, because again, I don't know if you've seen my other videos, but I am trying to read more manga this year because I've read Death Note and starting to love reading manga and getting used to reading it. Basically, this is about Toru, and she moves out and has to live in a tent due to a family incident, but she doesn't realize that her tent is on private land belonging to the mysterious Soma clan, and the owners discover her secret, but she finds out when the family offers to take her in that they have a secret of their own. When embraced by the opposite sex, they turn into the animals of the Chinese zodiac. So it's the most cute, wholesome anime, and I love this collector's edition. It's gorgeous, and it's got really cute little artworks, but of course some are a bit sexualized, but it's manga, so you seem to get that a lot. But yeah, the artwork's so cute, and this anime slash manga is the most wholesome, beautiful, filled with cute relationships, and the main character is infectiously happy and optimistic and warm, and she is so cute to read from, and I love this series so much. I'm so happy I'm finally starting it. Next up, I got Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. You might know him as the author of the book The Martian, which I haven't read, but I watched the film and loved that, even though it's not usually a film I would watch. It was a really good movie, so I'd recommend that movie. This is a book that came out last year that everyone was raving about how good it is. And I was on some sprints, which Barb from Barb's Bookland, who I'll tag in the description, who's lovely, said that this was a fantastic book and like one of her faves from last year. So that makes me even more excited to read it. This is about a guy called Ryland, and Ryland is on this kind of mission to save Earth. This very important mission, and if it goes wrong, humanity and Earth will perish. But he's got a problem. He wakes up and he thinks he's been asleep for a very long time, and he can't remember what the mission was, and all his memories are only kind of slowly returning. All his crewmates are dead, and he realizes that an impossible task now confronts him. He's hurtling through space on a tiny little ship, and it's up to him to puzzle out an impossible scientific mystery and conquer an extinction level threat to our species. With the clock ticking down and the nearest human being light years away, he has to do it all alone, or does he? So apparently this is a really, really good book, and I am super pumped. It's one of my most hyped books that I'm super, super excited to get into. I know I say that for every book, but this one, like, I keep looking at it and I'm so tempted to pick it up this month, but I shouldn't because my TBR's full. Maybe if I finish my TBR this month early, I'll pick up this book. Next up is Gallant by Ve Schwab. Lots of Ve Schwab in this haul. This is her brand new book, which just came out in the UK like a couple of days ago. They released it early in a bunch of countries, including Australia, and I haven't read it yet, but I've seen lots and lots of people say it was 5 stars, fantastic. So I'm very, I don't want to say excited, I say that every time. I'm looking forward to reading this book. I'm going in as blind as I can. I don't know much other than the blurb, which I'm kind of wanting to keep it like that. So hopefully no one's going to post reading vlogs and I'm going to have to wait until I read this to watch, because I just don't want any spoilers. This is about a girl called Olivia, and Olivia is missing 3 things: her mother, her father, and a voice. And the only thing to keep her company she has is these ghouls that she sees, and her mother's journal, which is filled with stories of turmoil. And then she gets kind of this mysterious letter from her uncle, an uncle she's never met, summoning her to his house estate, Gallant. But when she turns up there, she realizes her uncle is dead, and the estate is empty other than her cousin, whose name is Matthew, and the servants. So Gallant is a house of secrets, a house sitting in a lonely vigil, a place where the ghouls are powerful. As Olivia searches for answers about her family, her past, she discovers a dark reflection of everything she knew, an ancient realm where ghosts take form and the dark math master sits waiting for her. This sounds so gothic-y and dark and gloomy, and I adore Ve Schwab, as I said before, so this sounds like a super fun read. Next up, I got A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This is my favourite of the ACOTAR series, which I have read before, other than A Court of Silver Flames. I still haven't read that. But I only before had a copy of ACOTAR and the other one, the novella, which name I can't remember, I can't be bothered to look it up, in the old covers obviously, which they don't sell anymore, and I wanted to have, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. I love this series. I know it's problematic, I know it's trashy, but I love it. It's my guilty pleasure. This and like From Blood and Ash, my kind of adult guilty pleasures. Anyway, I wanted copies of my own to sit on my shelf here. Here, as you can see, I have my little Sarah J. Maas stack. So I'm slowly, because they're not cheap, slowly purchasing the whole series. This kind of makes me want to reread it. I don't want to read ACOTAR because like I don't like that one as much as the other ones, but maybe this calls for a reread. Next up, I finally got my hands on, I can't really see it, so small, this gorgeous copy of The Silence of Girls by Pat Baker. I'm so mad. This book is tiny, and my copy of the sequel, what's it called? The Woman of Troy, is double the size, but we're not going to talk about that. This book is another Greek mythology retelling, and I've heard very good stuff about this book. It's about the Greek queen Helen, and she's kidnapped by Trojans. The Greeks sail in pursuit, besieging the city of Troy. She's and then trapped in the Greek soldiers' camp is another captured queen, condemned to be a bed slave to Achilles, the man who butchered her family. She becomes a pawn in a menacing game between bored and frustrated warriors. In centuries after this most famous war, history will write her off. A footnote in a bloody story scripted by vengeful men, but she has a very different tale to tell. So I read Circe by Madeline Miller last year, absolutely loved it. So any Greek mythology retelling that kind of focuses on or shifts the way that women are written about in Greek mythology, I am all here for, and will buy automatically. I do love seeing women given a voice in these stories, and I am super excited to read this. It sounds very feministy and lots of good Greek mythology as well. So has anyone read this? Please tell me it's good. I've heard it's really good. So final book. Oh my gosh. This has been a big haul. I finally got my hands on, I ordered this copy months ago. It's taken so long to get here. The Wolf and the Woodsman by Ava Reed. Another book cover that's stunning. This book haul has been filled with just stunning covers. Again, I'm gonna read from the blurb, sorry. So, one thing I didn't know about this book is that it's kind of steeped in Hungarian history and Jewish mythology, which is so cool. I know nothing about, so it sounds really cool that it's about that. I can't say I've read anything set in Hungary or about Hungarian history or Jewish mythology, so that is so cool and I love that. So in her forest-veiled pagan village, our main character is the only woman without power, treated like an outcast due to her corrupted bloodline. When soldiers arrive from the Holy Order of Woodsman to claim a girl for the king's blood sacrifice, she's betrayed by her fellow villagers and surrendered. When monsters attack the Woodsman and their captive en route to the capital, they slaughter everyone but her and the cold, one-eyed captain. She soon learns he's no ordinary Woodsman. He is the disgraced prince whose cruelly zealous brother plans to seize the throne and instigate a reign of religious persecution and ethnic cleansing. With no one else to rely on, and the captain, she forms a tenuous pact with the captain, to stop his brother. Their mission takes them from the bitter north tundra to the smog-choked capital. Their mutual loathing slowly turns to affection. Enemies to lovers, hell yeah. But trust can easily be betrayed, and she reconnects with her estranged father and discovers her own hidden magic. They must decide where their loyalties really lie. So this sounds so cool. Potentially enemies to lovers, cute little bit of betrayal, a powerful sounding female character, and again that really cool aspect of Jewish mythology and Hungarian history. Sounds like a fantastic read. Wow, okay, that was a lot of books. I think I'm officially gonna stop for a while. This is going to be my last book haul for a while, I'm afraid, because I've literally taken it too far. But I'm so excited. Like, this has been a really good book haul. I'm so excited I could finally share all these books with you guys. I've just been building them up and waiting for all the deliveries to come. So I'm so excited that I was finally able to film. I just kind of want to make every book I talked about today my TBR next month, because they're all such hyped books for me and I'm so excited to get into them. Yeah, so all of my social media links are in the description below. Feel free to go follow me on there. I would love to chat with you guys about books. I'm always up to chat about books. If you liked this video, give it a like. That would be lovely and very helpful. And potentially subscribe if you want to see more from me. I'm now officially posting 2 videos a week, and when I tweeted that I said I'm very much gonna regret saying this and committing to this, but no. 2 videos a week, Wednesday and Sundays. So if you subscribe, you can get notified when I post and you won't miss a video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in whatever I post next. Bye!